Bloomberg congressional reporter Erik Wasson joins us now. So, Erik, we're at this point where the Democrats are going to put in, $25 billion. The Republicans, in the form of Mark Meadows and President Trump, have offered $10 billion. What's the next step in this particular issue?
Well, I think this is really a political moment. There's a real sense that the U.S. Post Office is very popular. A lot of outrage among even moderate Democrats that they want to come back and get on record. It's going to be a very tough vote for Republicans to take. They're putting forward additional funding, the $25 billion, but also a statement that services should not be cut back, that they should be maintained at the January level. And if Republicans vote against that, that becomes a political headache. It also puts pressure on the Senate to come back. There's no sign that Mitch McConnell will bring back the Senate. In fact, in Kentucky today, he talked about the post office being just fine. As far as getting a deal on this funding level, they're still a bit apart, but we do know that behind closed doors, they seem to be getting closer to a $10 billion figure. So at least possible. And I think, if there's a wider agreement on the stimulus, that could end up getting done.
Erik, when I think about the U.S. Postal Service, I've always considered it one of your bedrock institutions in the United States. We're starting to see a partisan divide over the post office. It boggles my mind as a bit of an outsider.
Well, I think it's really the president who's been raising questions about mail-in voting, saying it's ripe with fraud, and he's absentee voting in Florida. So that's really made it a partisan issue, and that's what Democrats are afraid of. In fact, we just had breaking news a few moments ago that the House Oversight Committee, which had requested that the new Postmaster General DeJoy come and talk to them next Monday, has now agreed to do that. So it will be really a high-profile hearing for Committee Chairwoman Carolyn Maloney of New York and others to sort of ask the Postmaster General, who's a major donor to the Trump campaign, why is he going through with these cutbacks? What is the rationale behind that, and what is the effect going to be on the election?
We know that some of the services that have been impacted, for example, by taking away postal boxes, that's been stopped. There's been a general order for post boxes to not be removed, any more of them at least. Erik, is there sort of a timeout here that will last as long as November, or is there still a real threat to some of these services? And President Trump is still talking fighting language about the USPS losing money and so on. Not that that's even relevant here.
Well, there was this issue about post office boxes being moved in western states, and there is a temporary moratorium on that. But overall, the Postmaster General has eliminated or cut back on overtime and other staffing. There's also reports of mail sorting machines. So there's no sign that he's really backing off of this cost-cutting endeavor at this point, which is why Democrats feel it's very urgent. It's hard to get good data on it. Something I think our colleagues are very much looking into exactly how widespread these delays are. We have anecdotal evidence that here in the Washington, D.C. area, there are some neighborhoods that haven't seen mail in weeks. So, a lot of it's anecdotal at this point, but if the data proves it out, I think this is a real serious concern, not just for voters, but also a lot of people get medicines in the mail as well.